A very good morning, girls. For today's class, we're going to discuss another poem by Arun Kolatkar, that is The Bus. In my previous class, we have gone through the poem The Old Woman. So today we are going to discuss the poem by Bus. Arun Kolatkar's most famous work in English is a long poem Jejuri, which has been highly praised by critics. He was awarded Commonwealth Poetry Prize. His poem Jejuri is modern in sensibility, skeptical, ironic, and witty. Jejuri, as I've already told you, is a pilgrim center of the southeast of Pune. Kolatkar describes his visit to Jejuri, reaching there by bus and returning by train. In this poem, The Bus, Kolatkar describes his journey to Jejuri. The straight transport bus is very old. The trampoline flaps are buttoned down on the windows. A corner of the trampoline goes on, slapping the poet's elbow because of strong cold winds. There are no signs of daybreak yet. A ray of the morning sun enters the bus through a small hole in the tarpaulin. A sunbeam falls near the driver's temple. The road is rough and bumpy, and the journey is very uncomfortable. So let's begin with the poem. Your poet says, the tarpaulin flaps are buttoned down on the windows of the state transport bus all the way up to Jejuri. So as I've told you, your writer, your poet is traveling by bus to Jejuri to see the temple, to worship the deity Khandoba, and the tarpaulin flaps are buttoned down. So tarpaulin is a thick cloth, is a canvas. Tirpal, which you call in Hindi, are buttoned down. So they have been put to rest, they have been buttoned down on the windows of the straight transport bus all the way up to Jejuri. A cold wind keeps whipping and slapping a corner of the tarpaulin at your elbow. So what time it is? It is winter time, and what this tarpaulin is doing, it is whipping and slapping. So it is again and again hitting you on your elbow because of the cold wind. You look down the roaring road. You search for signs of daybreak in what little spills out of the bus. And what this road is doing, it's roaring. Why this road is roaring? Because of the stones that are there, because of the kind of the smoothness that is missing from the road, and because of that, the road seems to be roaring. You search for signs of daybreak. So your poet is looking for a daybreak. He wanted to have the sun, is because we are talking about a winter night, so obviously it's going to be chilly. So now the poet is searching for some sun. What little light spills out of the bus? So from whatever light is going out from the bus, the poet is trying to look for the daybreak. Your own divided face in a pair of glasses on an old man's nose is all the countryside you get to see. Now he's describing his experience in a humorous way, and he says, your own divided face in a pair of glasses. So next to him is sitting a old man, and via through those glasses, what he can see two reflection of his own faces. So that is why he says divided face in a pair of glasses. And where those glasses are, the glasses are on the old man's nose, is all the countryside you get to see. So he says nothing is visible outside from the bus. He says nothing is visible. What he can see, what your poet can see, is only his reflection that is visible on the old man's glasses. You seem to move continually forward towards a destination just beyond the caste mark between his eyebrows. And with the progression of the bus, he is also getting more information about that person, about that old man who is sitting next to him. So you seem to move continually forward. So he's moving forward in both ways, moving forward in his way towards Jejuri, and moving forward in knowing the old man in a better way towards a destination. So after destination means, one destination is the physical destination, that is the moment he is going to reach Jejuri. So that is going to be his destination. And second destination is the characteristics. He is talking about the characteristics of the old man just beyond the caste mark between his eyebrows. So apart from knowing that he is an old man, we come to know that he is a Hindu, and he belongs to a sampradaya. And how do we know that he belongs to a particular sampradaya? Because a caste mark is there between his eyebrows. So it can be a bindi or it can be a tilak that the old man has put, and which describes to which community, to which sampradaya he belongs. Outside the sun has risen quietly. It aims through an eyelet in the tarpaulin and shoots at the old man's glasses. So finally the sun has risen. So sun has risen and it is coming through the eyelets of the tarpaulin. So there is a small hole in the tarpaulin, and from that tarpaulin what he can see the sunrise and shoots at the old man's glasses. So soon there was sunrise. It was quiet. The tarpaulin on the window had a small hole. A ray of sunlight from hole fell on the old man's glasses all of a sudden. The poet at once knew that the sun had risen. A part of the sunbeam also fell in front of the right temple of the driver. So in the next stanza, your poet is saying, a swayed off sunbeam comes to a rest gently against the right driver's temple, then seems to change direction. So so the poet at once knew that the sun has risen. A part of the sunbeam also fell in front of the right temple of the driver. But at that particular moment, what happened? It seems to change the direction. Perhaps the bus, because of the bus changing its direction. So is because the bus has changed its direction. So similarly, it seems as if the sunbeam has changed the direction at the end of the bumpy ride. So why it is bumpy? Because the roads are not smooth, with your own face on either side when you get down of the bus. So when we generally cross the road, we look left and right. So similarly, so the moment he is getting down, so soon the journey has come to an end. The poet came to the gate of the bus. The poet stood there for a moment and looked at both the sides of the bus, right and left, and then got down. The reflection of his face disappeared from the old man's glasses. So it's because he has get down from the bus, so he is no longer able to see his own face in the old man's glasses. And then in a humorous way he ends his poem by saying, you don't step into the old man's head. So he says it's because it's a continuous process. He's been sitting there. It was a long journey. He was sitting there for a longer period of time. So he says if he could have sat there for a longer period of time, he would have entered into the old man's mind. So he says, before I could step into his head, I have gotten off the bus. So this is the poem. If you're going to talk about this, the bus is the opening poem of the sequence of 31 sections of Jejuri. The poem shows the atmosphere and condition of Pilgrim Place, which is the Jejuri. It describes the bumpy journey from the starting point to its destination, which is the temple of Khandoba. It is a straight transport bus. The windows, which are screened by the tarpaulin with which the bus has been covered to keep off the possible rainfall and also to keep off the cold. Why cold? Because as I've told you, it's the winter time, it's the night in the winter. So the bus has been covered to keep off the possible rainfall, which keeps blowing throughout the journey. It is night journey which the bus has undertaken, and after several hours of arduous journey, the poet starts waiting for daybreak. The bus, as the poet says, is full of pilgrims who are bound for the temple where they want to offer worship, and the passengers might have included a few tourists who merely want to satisfy their curiosity about what kind of temple it is and in what surroundings the temple stands for. The poet gives his own example, who is a passenger in the bus and sitting opposite to an old man wearing glasses, and while looking at the man, the poet sees his own reflection in the glasses which the old man is wearing. The poet can feel the onward movement of the bus. The old man has a mark on his forehead indicating, as I've told you, his being Hindu and the sampradaya to which he belongs. In due course, the sun appears on the horizon and quietly moves forward in the sky. The sun ray seems to be peeping through the gaps in the tarpaulin from upon the old man's glasses. Poet also describes as to how another ray falls on the bus driver's right cheek, that the bus seems to have changed its direction. It has been an uncomfortable journey because of the bumpy road, but when the destination is reached, the passengers get down from the bus which had held them tightly in its grip. It is a purely descriptive poem. If you're going to talk about the farm, it is a purely descriptive poem which does not give us much information about the purpose of the journey. So in the complete poem, the poet has not described that why he is going to Jejuri, what is the basic reason that he has planned his trip to Jejuri, but apart from telling us that it is going to Jejuri and it is a night journey with cold wind blowing all the way. So there are some few humorous takes as well, where he talks about that how he could see his reflection in the man's glasses, or what is happening to when people are getting down from the bus, they are looking at both the directions to see what is going on. And in the last, when he says you don't step inside the old man's head, is because it's been a long journey, you've been sitting there. So he says, if I would have continued to sit there for a longer period of time, I would have definitely entered into the old man's mind. So I hope it's an easy, very easy poem. So I hope you would have understand the poem. But in case if you have any problems, you can let us know. Thank you.